Arthur.
How's it going?
I come to this conference every year for incipient thieves and cut purses. Is this your first time?
Yes, it's my first time.
It's a little tawdry. But the drinks, they cover them by putting them in these awful picker bottles and shit.
Yes.
Well, it tastes good. You want to see it?
I have one back in the, in there. So.
I see. You can't handle your liquor.
Oh, yeah. So that's true. I also don't trust, international criminals, but that's beside the point.
Just between you and me, I think I maybe could trust you.
Okay.
No, I can't trust you.
Okay.
But let me ask you anyway.
Yeah?
Does the number 7 ring a bell? Does perhaps a Roddenberry 9 number 7?
You know about that, huh?
What do you mean, do I know about that?
Well, what do you know?
I am that.
Oh. You are in the Roddenberry 9.
I'm 9. I'm Carlos.
Well, what about number 7?
So that's why I'm asking you. I had heard that at one time he may have been an investigator.
Oh, really?
Okay, Mr. Green. Does any of this make sense?
Mr. Green? That
guy? Don't give me that look.
No.
That blank. New York. This kind of,
Yeah.
I am hearing you, but I am not.
Yeah. I know Mr. Green. I can tell you that.
Tell me.
He met me in New York. He cornered me at a coffee shop and asked me all I knew about Texas Red, and that's pretty much all I know about Mr. Green. I had no idea that he was in the, But, and then I saw him at Texas Red Studio, but I got rid of him.
You got rid of him?
Yeah.
You mean got rid of him?
Yeah, I mean got rid of him.
Yeah, maybe I like you.
Okay, so
so beyond that, what else can we expect to see going on? And maybe some things we may can, what's the chatter on the street?
Well, I was hearing something about Texas Red and some alias, but I thought you might be able to tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, we've had our troubles with Mr. Red.
Oh yeah. What kind of troubles are you having?
To be continued.
Yes.
Your deal, Franco. I don't know who that last person was. He interrupted us, but he's affected my accent. He got that. Okay, so I give you 2, and you give me 2 euros, right? Yeah. And then, what the shit box is this? Card 1, 2, 1. This isn't a hand, it's a foot. Alright, and we put 1 there. 1 there. 1 there. Okay, you start. Alright. I start. Do you have, no, fish. I didn't ask it. Do you have a missile frigate? No, no fish. Do you have doomsday machine? You have to ice fish. Do you have anti-submarine warfare airplane unit. You get the prize. You get the prize. Okay. Do you have do you have a logo of the noble class? Swordfish. I need one interstellar spaceship. Very good. Done. Warfare. It's a great game.
You want someone who is clairvoyant, honest, and actually going to do something that they platform on. I'm that person.
Thank you, Alison. I know you're very, very busy. Thank you for taking this time. Thank you very much.
You know, I mean, the most pressing problem that this planet has is global warming. There's been so many lies and so much false information, but the fact is, well, there's many facts, but the primary fact is that the tipping point is already passed. The runaway greenhouse effect. Now, at one point, we found out that magnesite could draw all the carbon dioxide out of the atmosphere. Now that could be important for Alison's campaign, but it doesn't take enough out. And the technology from BID can do it.
Really?
Yes. In other words, if I would be happy to provide that technology to Alison Gray and her campaign to save the planet, because we have to save the planet, otherwise Athenopolis won't exist, can't exist. The restoration can't exist if the planet blows up. But there's another thing too, which is very interesting, is that a long time ago, I mean, a real long time ago, like last season, we thought that the trigger triggered the doomsday device. It was like some kind of a physical trigger or symbolic trigger or something like that. But I got from a very dubious source, but a dubious source who's very close to me.
Oh, sounds like your kind of source.
Yeah, and this totally unreliable source told me that the Russian version of the doomsday device can in fact be triggered by the melting permafrost in Siberia, which would melt, short circuit the circuits, and that would send off the doomsday device. So there is a very practical, direct reason that to save the planet, we have to stop the global warming. Not just for comfort's sake or whatever, but that will trigger off the doomsday machine, doomsday device, doomsday day.
She never was with people she'd hate. That's right. That's why the lady is a tramp. Oh, Frank. Frank, Frank, Frank. Frank, Frank, Frank. Frank, I let you down, Frank. I let you down. And I got this thudding headache to know that I let you down. You believed it was global warming. You believed it was. But you know what it really was? I let you down, Frank. I let you down.
A circus life. That's what happened the second I left that facility in Zurich. The bullets were flying. I was ducking. I was diving under cars. The helicopter with the twin blue hearts was flying straight over the middle of the city. Bankers were dying. Stockbrokers were flying. Money was flying. And I needed to get the fuck out of there.
I give up. You're copying the same story I've heard so many times.
So the way this went down is like this. After Khrushchev, right at the turn of Brezhnev, the Kazmarov brothers got this wild idea to look hunting for the Tsar's nails. Well, they found him with a third man. And check this out. You know who the third man was? Frank Lendover. And then to be rewarded for their service, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The KGB, once they found out that Frank was an American, pow, pow, killed the Kamarov brothers in cold blood right in front of Frank's eyes. Kamarov brothers had kind of copper-flavored Tsar's nails given as a gift before their execution. And Frank was given a Fugazi, of course, one made out of aluminum or platinum or something like that. Not sure exactly, but anyway, Frank was able to liberate the all 3 pieces of Tsar's nails and take them back to America with him. And apparently that platinum aluminum one is been under close surveillance of one Desi Cardoza. I know. It's about as unraveling as this surf is unraveling. It's pretty crazy. So anyway, apparently Frank says that if I take the actual trigger from the Russian Doomsday Machine, which I've had all this time, swap it out in the US at the you know, birthplace of the revolution, wherever that is, well, Desi Cardoza will be off the hook. Frank and Desi could patch things up, and the Americans could patch things up with the, you know, the new Cold War, as it were, and maybe save this world. Maybe save this world before a real doomsday. And we can keep all this.
Hey, Frankie. Hey, Frank. What you doing here, Frank?
Ralph.
Nice to see you. What's going on?
What?
Nice to see you, Frankie.
What are you doing here?
You out for some wine tonight? I thought you get the
Hey,
big...
my friend Tony. Tony. Say hi,
Tony?
Say hi.
Hey, I'm Ralph.
Tony Rainbows, how you
Hey,
doing?
you know, me and Frankie go right back there, Tony. I never seen you before. You know, me and Frank, I'm kind of his, like,
I try not to be seen too much. You know, I'm just a billiards coach from Toledo. They flew me in yesterday for the tournament.
I mean, you're a coach too. Well, I'm kind of the coach advisor to this guy, but it's not really a good title because
I haven't heard of you.
he doesn't really. It's hard to coach a guy who doesn't receive coaching. You know what I mean?
Don't I know?
You know what I'm talking about? And Frank, you said last week, man, you were
I
going.
think I've topped out.
You were gonna rest out. You were gonna rest before the big tournament.
Yeah, well, I
So
know.
what are you out here drinking wine and getting all sloshed for that, Frankie? I got a lot of money down on you. I got 20K on you,
I'm
man.
telling you, I'm topped out. I mean, I don't like my
20K.
chances. I don't like my chances.
We got
This is something I used to do back in the day. I'm a little old for this.
We got a tournament of chance. So,
Listen, you're cold. You get Tony Rainbows on the phone. You want to win a tournament? You get a call to me. I'll fly in overnight. You're gonna pay me a little bit extra, like these guys did. I don't blame you. You want the best, you get the best. You want the best, you get Tony Rainbows. All right?
We got this tournament of champions. Check this out. We got this tournament of champions tomorrow. Check this out. They got Mosconi. They need not the real one, of course. The Borgs. They got the Borgs. They got the Mosconi. They got Minnesota Fabrics or Minnesota Fats, whatever he goes by. They got Mizrak. You know Mizrak, right? They got Jimmy.
Miz.
They got Jimmy White. Right?
He wiped me.
But they're all the Borgs. They're all chipped. I don't know how they do it. They chip them. And they get the DNA. I don't know. They dig up. They exhume the corpse.
The board players.
The Borgs. They got the Borgs, and they chip them, and they chip the bodies and they're like robots. But check this out. They're actually better than they were when they were alive. Because when they were alive, they would they get a little short and choke up a little bit, but they got no emotion because they're bogs.
Why do you think you call a guy in from the Great Lakes area? I'm from freaking Toledo. You don't know how? You know what we use to knock down bogs? You spray a little bit of acid rain solution in the mechanics. They don't play so good after that. You know what I mean?
But that's okay. My boy,
Sugar
boy,
in the gas
Well,
tank.
a little bit of rust in the droid goes a long way toward the gameplay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why. Hey, we pulled that trick up in New York. There was a favorite bog. Yeah, he didn't even show up.
show up.
You know what I mean?
I don't
Couldn't get
understand
out
it.
of bed.
I don't understand it. You know, the Mizrak Borg. So check this out. Frankie had him. He was down in South Florida. He hit the 14 ball in the side pocket. And I'm telling you something. The spin he put on that ball, the Miz's eyes got as big as saucers. He saw the cut in action on that ball. He said, "Man, that's not English. That's like Spanish. Spanish Harlem."
That was like the same spin Billy Joel put on Marlon brought of his. Until she caught
Christy
him watching
Brinkley.
the porn.
Cool. And you know something about that? I'd take a Borg, a Christy Brinkley. I don't need the real thing. I'd take the Borg.
I'd still hit that one. You know what I'm saying?
I'd hit the Borg.
My wish is to die duct taped bungee jumping with onto Heather Locklear. That'd be the way I want to go.
All right, gentlemen. I gotta get rolling.
Good to see you.
I gotta get out of here. I got a big tournament to go to myself. You guys, hey, Tony, nice meeting you.
Yeah, you just
we need to
bothered
get
us a little bit. See
we
ya.
gotta get
Yeah,
together.
have a good day.
Oh, yeah, right.
Why the fuck did you sell me that fucking painting, American?
I don't know.
You charged me $8 million, American. I'm not going to buy another painting from you or your firm ever again. Hans, get him! What? I told you one time this American meant me trouble, and now it's real trouble, director! You have fucked up this scene because this American art collector dealer tried to schmaltz me for $8 million US. What do you have to say to that, whiteface?
Well, I think I'm gonna get out of here.
Sandman, show me your hand. Say me something that I can understand.
Mr. Sandman, American pop single, 1950s.
Oh, wait, I've seen you someplace before. Sing the song because you remind me of the American space show from 1980. Bill Money. Mr. Robinson, Mr. Will Robinson. You remember from this?
I will have you know that I came from halfway across the universe to find this little...
You look like you come from an interstellar halfway house.
Yes, Frank. What's going on? Let's compare memories. I remember that we first met on the beach in Santa Cruz. You had a bucket of balls, you had about 100 balls, and you were flailing away at a sandwich trying to hit a target about 15 yards away. Now, I walked up without a word. I just said, hey, let me try that. You gave me the sandwich, didn't take a practice swing, right in the target. Now, is that the way you recall it, or?
Yes, that's exactly the way.
Well, that can't be right then, because nothing I remember is right.
What makes you say that?
Well, because I'm a poet. I twist it all around. So if it's right, then I got to change it. Maybe I missed it by a little bit or something.
You're allowed to have poetic license and still be honest.
I knew you'd say that, Sandy. So you corroborated. So that really was
I
the
mean,
song.
yeah, well, that's
really
how
was
I
it.
recall it.
That's the way you
Now,
recall
I've
it.
taken a lot of hits.
Okay. But let me ask you this. After I put the ball in the circle, did you try to hit the next one?
Actually, I did, but I was there was a break in the action because I was kind of amazed and astounded because I thought...
You thought I wasn't a golfer.
No, well, I didn't know or not know, but I was shocked because I thought you overswung. But your swing was basically great. And I just didn't see how it was possible.
An overswing. I used to have an
without any
overswing.
practice to.
Now that I think it, back in the day, when I was playing the best, I had a little bit of an overswing.
You had a very, very full, complete swing.
Yeah, I don't have that
There was
anymore.
none of this short takeaway action or anything.
Yeah, I don't have that anymore.
Well, some things went through with that because there was some oil money coming up from Houston competing with my offer. And, I had the trigger, but it didn't really count for a whole lot. So I didn't get it. It was too bad. So now I'm looking at Baltimore. Thinking about investing there. Baltimore School for the Arts. I'm into that. I like downtown. I like the Middle East. The neighborhoods. Real pleasant, especially at night. Hard to say. Could have been Bugatti or this chess set I bought one time. I don't know why it was so expensive, but it was like $1 million chess set. So I think I just had to buy it because it was expensive, and that was the only reason. I've heard this is a pretty bad high school, but I wouldn't know.
What hot actresses have cozied up with you?
All of them.
You look like you come from an interracial halfway house. You're gonna get the hippie shake, the hippie shake. Oh, come on, baby, I got the hippie shake. The hippie shake. You shake it to the left, you shake it to the right. I do the hippie shake with all your might. Come on, baby. Wait a minute,
I find human music.
Stop this movement. You made me go someplace I didn't want to. My sister gave me 45 before she was shifted off to Gula.
I find human music
for showing her virgin to
fantastically primitive.
Back in the day, when I was playing the best, I had a little bit of an overswing.
You had a very, very full, complete swing.
Yeah, I don't have that
There was
anymore.
none of this short takeaway action or anything.
Yeah, I don't have that anymore. With the golf strategy,
you don't need it.
Yeah, it's like the mechanics don't even matter. It's just like, well, you find yourself there. Did you have par in the last hole? You're playing for par. If you had a birdie, go for it. Another birdie, just like the golf school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
But you've had thousands of golf students too.
Yes, I have.
Yeah.
But I never really developed a golf strategy. I just tried to make sure that people enjoyed themselves and didn't get stuck in a place where their expectations were too high.
Whew. Hot out here. It's hot in Miami, but there at least it rains. Here it's just the dry heat. Feel me? Gotta go on vacation again. It was a good time I had in Costa Rica, but then Texas Red ruined the whole thing. Of course, like he always does. I'm just a man trying to make a buck. And sometimes that's hard, man. People always going up against you, plotting and shit. Tried to get rid of the trigger. Because, I don't need that kind of stress in my life.
Something about you was almost. You remind me of my cousin, Illich. He drank vodka as a very young man. He was forced to through two. His father also made him wrestle a bear, 6, 7 years old.
Everyone on my home planet is addicted to a particular kind of berry that has for billions of years grown in the bushes
of
berry? Iowa Prime. And in those bushes, we have gotten fucked up for centuries. And now, at my presence on Earth, I have run out of my supply. I drastically underestimated the amount I was going to need for the giant trip there and back.
But I never really developed a golf strategy. I just tried to make sure that people enjoyed themselves and didn't get stuck in a place where their expectations were too high.
Right. That's what I talk about, the, your personal par. Forget about the par on the card. if you're a double bogey golfer, for you, double bogey is par. No, it's par. Yeah, just play for 6.
Well, you know, I've noticed, and you know, this is my story, and I'm going to stick with it. When I keep score, my score is always better.
Right, just the act of writing it down.
Yeah. Well, you know,
I always find
I could have gotten par, so I might as well just write par.
I find that my score is always better when I'm in competition.
Ah,
That's
that's because you're a real golfer.
well.
I'm an artificial golfer. I'm a wannabe.
But well, we've had some great matches.
Yeah.
We have had some, like the De La Viega match. Oh my God, that's historic.
I think he wants people to think that. But I think secretly he's doing well. He always is doing well, that guy. I don't know how he does it. He manages to stay out of trouble even though it seems like he's always getting into it. You know those kind of people. This kind of reminds me of the go-kart track. You remember that? Nah, man, it's been ages since I've been there. I'd like to, though. I've heard it's not too expensive this time of year. Oh man, you see that agent? You know, I might have to get out of here.
I drastically underestimated the amount I was going to need for the giant trip there and back.
Listen, twitching alien, how much are these berries worth and how high can my people get on them?
Your people would get so high that your capitalist institutions would fall to the ground. Bankers on Wall Street would be able to move their fingers because they would be so intoxicated with pleasure as we are on my whole
Hold your
world.
2 digits up like this thing. Make a promise to Carlos.
What is a promise?
The promise is that we will do business together. We will support you. We will get this powerful substance for you and all of yours, but I will make sure to take my take, and we will influence both spheres. Agreed?
Oh, so a splurslack. Why didn't you should have just said.
It is done!
I splurslack to uphold this agreement. A fist bump. It is what some man under the bridge did.
The circle of space agrees, and the labyrinthine adhesions, the Ouroboros, indeed the snake eating its own tail in the infinite cosmos of the ethereal. We stand between worlds, and now abide in a magical sphere of universality and solidarność.
On my planet, we get really high.
Did you hear that Alison Gray won the nomination? Yeah, she had quite a struggle in the primaries and the convention. Now the convention was tough, but she did it. I mean, her intelligence, her honesty, and I think probably her vision is what got her over the top. She's going to make a great president.
Hey, Instagram fam, we out here with T-Money,
What's
my
up?
good assistant.
And
And
stuff.
we've got the latest shipment from Planet Bid. Check out these gold nuggets. Now, these gold nuggets, as you know, are going to replace the our current monetary system, right, Tyler?
Yeah, so like the current monetary system, it's like, fam, doomed to fail. And we need you to get these gold rocks to be prepared for the fallout.
Yes.
So, Clemente, can you, why don't we explain how this works, you know, how they can use the discount code on our profile?
Well, just hit me on the DMs, pitch your offer with hashtag gold from Planet Bid, and we'll consider them. Again, no low balls.
Yeah, no low balls. And if you use our discount code, you can get a free entry fee to the auction, though we cannot guarantee any discount off of the bid that you make itself.
Remember, all Bitcoin, no cash.
Cash money is doomed to fail. This is exactly what we've been talking about, fam. We've been talking about it for years. So what you need to do is put it in Bitcoin. Non-traceable transactions, all right?
All right. These nuggets are limited. Act
right.
now.
Limited time. This is a great offer. All right, yo, peace and love to everyone in there. You're my fam.
Peace.
Arthur? TR? Where the heck? Arthur? Where the heck did they go? Maybe by the sheep, maybe? Guess they already sheared the sheep. I guess they're not getting their flowers. Oh no. This isn't good. This isn't good at all. I bet those nails are 100 years old. And the windows too.
We were simultaneous in the electric universe. Our erotic waves matched the spin of time. We were consciousness in the electric universe. Our rollicking intentions evoked the taste of wine. We were singularities in the electric universe. We touched far boundaries by caressing our skin. We were simultaneous in the electric universe. We applauded our divinity by applauding again.
You know, one thing that still doesn't make sense to me is this idea that after they killed those Russian brothers, they locked Frank up, put him in a cell at the missile site, and his assignment was verification of the trigger. By verification, if the trigger was present at the Twin Towers, it's time to launch the missiles. I guess this is some sick joke by Brezhnev for an American to launch the button, you know, to fire missiles at the United States. I don't know if that was really the order by the, you know, the KGB, state security, or if it was just a rogue group. A rogue group would make more sense. In any event, it didn't last long. There's no way Franklin never would have survived under that kind of torture. So who else but Tony the Brit, who back then was at Patrice Lumumba along with the Kazmarov brothers and Carlos. He broke him out of that Russian cell and the two fled. And as part of the deal, Tony gave Frank that assignment, the assignment for Berkeley. And then history is...
The Dur would say, there is a way to coach up the merchant class, to make them excel, to reach the nobles better. The fantasy business league is mine, mine to command. But how can this occur? How can these low beings on the business ladder rise to the level of noble to achieve the top 10%? The secret is this, and what the Durwoods did not know is that the key to mastering the commerce class is to be a glyph master. To master the glyphs gives the extension of the story, connecting this to this and that to that, thus aligning all things in a true line to true will. And there is only one glyph master. And that's me.
So, Carlos, after the restoration, your diamonds, your passwords, they're not worth a ruble. They're not worth a single. But the effort that you put in will be well rewarded.
I don't get it. I don't understand this social change. Why would it ever happen? You know, from pauper to merchant to some noble. You know, I have the world's greatest repository of diamonds. I don't know the cryptocurrency. Saying it is worth nothing. Maybe yes, maybe no. I think I'll just sit like a dragon on my hoard and bide my time.
I think some people think that you are rotting away in some French prison. But I know differently.
I will make my moves. You will see. I can bide my time, as you know. It matters not to me. My plans are always to the future. I will make my moves. You'll see. I can bide my time, as you know. It matters not to me. My plans are always to the future. Remember what we spoke of. Man without motivation is a bovine nothing. This system, I will show all of you that not only can I beat that system, but attain to the next. This is a short-term fix. It's a ruse. This Mr. 51%, whoever he is, he has it coming to him. Mark my words.
It has always been my policies, Carlos, to keep apologia for the commerce class close to the vest. It is good to have you here. Very good to have you here.
It would seem that the pieces have finally been moved around the table.
You have earned your spot in the running.
I am pleased where this is headed.
Your hubris is well documented. And 7 is out. We are going to see the end of 7 shortly.
The last is first, and the first is last. Of course, of course. It's nice to see your support and approval. I will gladly don the cloak as the leader of the Robinberry now.
Yes, and we shall see what we shall see.
I give up. You're copying the same story I've heard so many times.
Born to wander. Born to wander. Here again, the production guy comes in here like he's, again, passing around more commentary. It's like a circus life around here with this guy. Okay, listen. I give up myself, I give up myself, it's not mathematics, it's not algebra, you have to pay attention to what happened after. I had the crystal, the sorceress couldn't touch me, and she wears the belt of the magician, the belt with the czar's nails that move like serpents at her beck and call. At her beck and call, my pretty.
Look who I see, Frank. Look at it. It's a number 7 character. Oh, look what he's wearing. That's the
denouement.
That's the jacket that I'm going to declare for him. Mr. 51%, they call him. Oh, this is my day. Look.
This is your
Look,
day,
Mr.
Carlos.
51%.
This is your day, Carlos.
Oh, yes.
We've been waiting a while.
They say, Carlos.
Oh, Mr. 7. Mr. Lucky 51%.
You got me.
Frank duped Desi. She discovered the Tsar's nails from him, of course, back in the 80s. And she told him that she dropped out, but she dropped back in. Went back to the FBI, took the czar's nails with her, told him the story. Frank set her up because they weren't the czar's nails, they were replicas. They're just copper chimney nails you can get at a hardware store. She took that to the FBI and they just laughed at her. They said, Miss Cardoza, the trigger for the Doomsday Machine? Come on, Miss Cardoza. She lost all credibility. Those fake Fugazi aluminum nails were installed, of course. And from time to time, she would, on a whim, wander back there to see if they were still there. And that's what Frank's betting on. Frank's betting on that signal for Desi to return.
Nova class. Today I'm going to give you a brief breakdown in your future duties. If you remember, in the past there were the Homo sapiens. They went to various colleges and universities to learn a trade and eventually go into the commerce class. However, as XXVIs, your future goal is very different. You will be designing and creating the whole society for every class beneath you, starting with the Homo boards. The Homo boards, you'll be maintaining and designing hardware and software for them so they can continue their immortal life and continuing the tasks they've been assigned. Now for the commerce class, you will be continuing to design tougher and tougher games and puzzles for the business and fantasy league. Hopefully, making it a little more difficult each time. Now for the noble class, your mission there is to design the culture, meaning art, fashion, music, the social parties, the social status, all of that. But for yourselves, your main mission is to expand your minds, to connect the dots in the universe, and to basically be the architects of the universe, the future architects.
Well, it's some kind of news after all. It appears I've been elevated. I'm now the Duke of Olympia. Ever since I rose to the top of the noble class, the Durwas have said, you're better than the King of North Bend. You're now the Duke of Olympia. Now, the responsibilities are few. I did have to change the business league a little bit. Let's just say I spruced it up with some magic, Nothing wrong with that. You just had to make it more complex. The problem is with these merchants, to try to get them to elevate, you got to teach them about, what I'm an extra. I'm a glyph master. And that's what changed it. Hey, could you just hold on 1 second? I got to take this. It's one of my students. Duke of Olympia. Like I said, if you're trying to do the cell phone business, then get somebody that knows about cell phones. Did you study the glyph I told you about? Okay, all right, well, again, recommended that you go ahead and to study the glyph connections, do some meditations, and then I'll email you a couple spell components that might assist you with that. Make sense? All right, get back with me. Get back when you have any troubles. Okay, 311. Bye-bye. I got to take the calls. And I guess it's because, the Druids say, look, we'll make you the Duke. We're going to put you on the precipice to the Druid class. Which, for me, Carlo, so what? But, I'm getting where I'm going. You know what I mean? So, for now, just call me the Duke of Olympia.
Oh, man. Over the summer, man, I had my wisdom tooth out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't think you were that old.
Yeah, well, I'm not that wise, but I still had the wisdom tooth taken out. And
okay.
But then I couldn't not have the famous pie at Twin Peaks in North Bend.
Let me guess. Is that rhubarb?
You got it.
Or cherry?
No, it's cherry. No,
maybe
you're
it's
right.
cherry.
Right,
It's cherry.
You're right, it's cherry.
Maybe it's cherry rhubarb. Cherry rhubarb?
Yeah, it might be. It might be both. I remember it was crowded.
Very crowded.
It was crowded.
I remember it very crowded.
A lot of people wanted to go there. And then I felt like I had to walk it off. I ate so much pie because I was so excited about it. And I did, loops around the track to walk it off.
Oh, in Lincoln?
Yeah. I do that still sometimes, so.
Okay.
Bag and go, my pretty.
In the end, we hopped into the 68 Coronet and headed east. There was no stopping us now. We had the gem. Sure, it was hot. Who knows how much it was worth. But either way, I'm Carlos now. And we're back again.
once a constellation. The stars are in your eyes.
I give up.
You walk with me in the morning to my love. You walk with me in the morning to my love. Don't worry about the people anymore. You'll never see the people anymore.
Go up and get my driver's license and pick up some freaks in front of Pandora's box.
man, you see that agent? You know, I might have to get out of here. I think they're still after me. You think our drinks are ever gonna come?
No, I think we gotta go get them.
Yeah, maybe we should just head
But
over to
it's been good. I mean, this space is like better than ever, really. I wouldn't mind coming back sometime.
Yeah, oh, it's always nice, man.
Yeah.
All right, well, time to head out.
Yeah, well, we'll see you at the bar.
Onwards and upwards. Yeah. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
First of all, I want to thank everybody here in the studio, the producers, the directors, the camera people.
It's time. Gotta go.
All right.
It's time.
Thank you, Portland.
We're here at Cadwallader Park in Trenton, New Jersey. Very fortuitous interview with Arthur Matheson, one of the major sponsors of Alison Gray's campaign. And well, Arthur, how did you get involved with this candidate?
Well, you know, Alison and I met after she had left the FBI shortly afterward. And it's just been great getting to know her and all of the causes that she's supporting. I mean, she saw a lot of these injustices up close and personal at the FBI, and she's been meaning to do better. ever since leaving there, and it totally makes sense to me that she would want to run for office.
Do you know the spark? I mean, was there some incident at the FBI, or did she discover something? What went on there? We've heard some rumors about that.
Right. Well, I think it's primarily involving magnesite. It was a chemical that was going to be aiding their efforts to prevent global climate change from.
Oh, so there was
so
there was a cover-up.
Yeah, she discovered this cover-up that was orchestrated by different elements within the government, and it made her want to just run for office. And so kind of after that, I decided to cash in on a lot of my paintings and just put my money behind her and behind the campaign.
There is a solution to climate change? I mean, there's a technological solution?
Right.
And it's been held back by the politicians?
Right. Well, it's not in their best interest because, of course, you know, the business class and all of them are supporting the politicians.
Right.
And they always have been.
Right.
So, from that standpoint, they don't want this technology to get out.
Well, let's... and what do you think her chances are?
I think she's got a good shot at it.